Hey there, what's going on? Welcome to From the Table podcast, brought to you by Martin First students of Martin First United Methodist Church. This is episode 2 with our co-hosts, the seniors. Today, the seniors and I will play a few games, we'll ask some questions to one another, and we'll break down the life of a senior in the context of a pandemic, but also the transitioning of senior to college or career life in today's world. And we're going to ask the question, where does God invite us into in this transition and also moving forward? Thanks for listening, and we hope you enjoy the conversation from the table. Welcome to From the Table podcast. This is joining with us the co-host, myself, Brian Fisher, and the co-host here starting to my left.
Kaiser Riley.
And then middle.
Anna Kersey.
Katie Kersey.
Oh, hey-o. We are here talking about life of a senior 2021. We're going to start off with a game. So the game is called Vaccine, Band, or Both. The directions are guess whether the name that I give you is the name of a real vaccine, the name of a real music band, or is it both?
Okay.
Okay? So it's either a vaccine, it's the name of a band, or it's the name of a vaccine and a band.
Oh, no.
Okay, so both.
Okay.
All right. The real name, that's important. That's
Okay.
important, okay?
Okay.
First one, here we go. Coronas.
That's not the name of the vaccine.
That's the band. That
I
has
gotta
to be a
go band.
band.
Me too.
What do you think?
I think it's a band.
It is a band.
Yes, I knew that wasn't the name of the vaccine.
I didn't want you to start off, that's why I gave that name. I was like, it's the real name, not what we've all called it. It's what it actually is called. Okay, here we go. And I don't, okay, disclaimer, I don't know if I'm saying any of these right, so I'm just
I don't know.
guessing.
Eh.
Varicella. Varicella.
That's a disease
Okay.
because I'm pretty sure that's chicken pox.
Vaccine for 200.
Katie, this is not Jeopardy.
It's vaccine.
I think both.
Okay.
I'm at a loss.
You're saying
I'm
vaccine?
going vaccine.
You're saying both.
Sure, I'll go with Anna. Both.
Okay, so you're going both. The answer is both.
Dang it.
Let's go.
I just guessed.
All right, here we go. Trekking along.
That could hurt.
Next one.
Sorry.
Measles. Measles.
Yeah, that's a disease.
But is it a band?
Surely not. Who would name their band Measles? I think it's vaccine.
Okay.
But
All right.
Yeah,
Kaiser.
man.
Kaiser is going with Anna.
I'm going vaccine too because if it's a band,
That's a really messed up
No.
band.
yeah.
It's
All
like, let's go out here and listen to this band. You guys know what it is? It's called the Measles. Let's go. No.
The answer is both.
oh my god, that's a terrible
There
name.
is a band called the Measles.
That is
No wonder I've never
awful.
heard of them before.
Look up like strange rock band names. And
Did-
it is particularly rock.
Have they
that
ever
has
had a
some
hit?
really odd names.
Yeah, you're not
Okay,
wrong.
you could find I bet we could find weird,
Have they actually ever had a hit? That's the real question.
I don't know.
Their songs, they were the Measles, an Ohio garage bar band, were formed in 1965 by 4 Kent State University students, one of whom was Joe Walsh. 2 tracks on the Ohio
Oh.
Express's Beg, Borrow, and Steal album, I Find I Think of You and It's True, were actually recorded by the Measles. I don't know any of them. I don't know any of what I just said. But there you go.
Them are the facts. And that's the facts.
That's what
Okay.
Google said.
Okay.
Joe Walsh is the guitarist for the Eagles.
Oh.
So that's pretty big. I didn't know that was the band before.
Right.
Of course, most of those guys that are famous did come from a band like that. Let's just hope he didn't have it. Okay, here we go. Dogwood.
Tree.
Yeah, but without the tree in the name.
Band.
Dogwood.
Band.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Surely that's not
That's
Both.
that's the correct answer is band.
Okay.
Yay.
Okay. Here we go. Moving right along. Flu.
Now. This could be like a play on words, like a flu.
Oh, like you think
Or
they
like
changed the.
uh,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, the rule is that they have to spell it the same way. Otherwise,
Okay, then it's just the
Yeah,
vaccine.
it's just a vaccine. Okay.
I've been tricked too many times. I'm going both.
I think it's just a vaccine.
It's both.
Haha, yes.
I think we're even now.
I told you I was
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, I think all of y'all are tied. All right. One of those. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. Pertussis. Pertussis.
Say who now what?
Pertussis.
I know that's a vaccine.
P-E-R-T. Pert. U-S-S-I-S. Pertussis.
I know that's a disease.
What is vaccine?
Surely it's not a band. I gotta go vaccine.
Vaccine.
This class cannot be stumped. It is vaccine.
Yay.
Or some smart cookies.
Thank
Here
Jesus.
we go. Next. Polio.
That's
Definitely the vaccine.
If somebody names their band Polio,
I'm gonna go with both just because I know there's messed up people in
There's
this
gotta
world.
be.
True.
There's gotta be that one guy that's like, yeah, let's name it polio
There's some
and leave it
there's
at
some
that.
people out here.
Yeah. Okay, both.
both.
Both?
Both.
I think you tricked yourself out of it.
Oh.
It's just the vaccine.
Oh, well.
Well,
does
I mean,
know
it was
anyone
worth
that
a
had
shot.
Polio? Did anyone in your family have polio?
I don't think so.
There's
Not
a
that
bad,
I know
you don't
of.
get really polio anymore because they cured it. But
I was gonna say.
my granddad did.
Really?
Do you know what it does?
Not
It
really.
shrinks one of your legs. So my granddad, he actually played at UT Martin as a lineman, and one was just a normal leg. The other one is like this big.
Oh
Like,
my
real
gosh.
small. Yeah. So he had like some walking problems when he got older, but yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of other that goes into it, but that is like a tell sign. It's like, oh, that person's leg is
It's
might have
crazy.
polio.
Lady small.
Okay, here we go.
Skip leg day on one leg.
Fugazi.
Definitely a band.
Fugazi.
Yeah, that's a band.
I
There's
know
no question about it.
band.
The question is whether it's both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I've never heard of Fugazi as a disease, but I mean, there's technical
But you
names
got
out
them on
there.
your favorite playlist.
But like Fugazi does sound like some sort of Mongolian like
Yeah.
metal like.
I gotta
I'm
go.
going with band. But
Yeah,
I'm
band.
just curious. Fugazi. Hardcore, post-hardcore band. I don't know what post means. American post-hardcore band.
So it was post-hardcore rock era. That's what that means. So like,
Thank you for being here and knowing that.
well, I
An
mean, I
80s
listen to a lot of
band.
those. Yeah. So
An
it
80s
was
band.
post like the heavy metal and the hardcore and
Yeah.
like that. So like when they say post metal, it's like, oh, it's 2020, but it's no longer that generation or
Right.
age, but it's still relevant
gotcha.
to and sounds like that.
Gotcha.
As far as what that's what
Yeah.
I know it is because I got a bunch of metalhead friends that are like that.
Yeah.
Really technical
Well,
about it.
They might listen to Fugazi because it is a band, and that's all that it is.
Yes, we're getting this.
We're getting the hang
Y'all
of
on a
this.
roll.
At least we're all even.
Yeah.
All right, we've got let's see, one. We got two more.
Okay.
Well, I'll have to go different answers in the next two.
Mumps.
Vaccine.
Vaccine.
Well, that didn't
Wait.
work. Vaccine and ban.
But somebody had measles,
Vaccine.
and mumps and measles go together. I'm just gonna go vaccine.
Oh, that's too close together for it not to be.
I feel like it could be both.
But
No,
vaccine. Yeah.
Just vaccine?
Just
I'm going
vaccine.
both.
The answer is both.
Hey, I should have changed my mind.
Mumps was a rock band, punk rock band by Lance Loud. You gotta go.
He's
into
got a
music
great
if you
name.
like Lance Loud. 1973 was the debut. All right. Okay, mumps. And the last one for all the vaccines. Yep, all the vaccines. We
COVID-19.
got all the shots here. Anthrax.
Oh my gosh!
See, no, I think that I've heard of a band named Anthrax.
I feel like
I
some heavy
really
metal,
do.
some
Oh,
heavy
hold
metal
on.
people would be both. Yeah,
Yes, it's both.
Oh my god, that's terrible.
that is awful.
Anthrax.
That's that Criminal Minds
Let's
episode.
see.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can't just type in Anthrax. Expect the band to pop up. Let's see.
It's
here.
both, right?
Yes, it's both.
Okay, I
Heavy
got that right.
metal, formed in 1981. I don't know the guys that started it. They're still going, so
Oh,
they're from New York.
really?
Yep.
Wow.
They even know their songs like that.
Okay. All right. So next Q&A time. My question I wanted to know from y'all, and you might have to think hard on this. This is a question for all of y'all.
Okay.
So I want to know, of all the meals we've ever had at anything at youth group, what was the best and what was the worst?
I'm just okay.
Without naming the snack supper host. for
No.
that.
Right off the bat, I am not a fan of meatloaf.
Okay.
So like when we had, I feel like we had meatloaf one time.
Probably
probably
had
have.
meatloaf for like a progressive dinner.
I was gonna
That's
say
like that.
sixth grade progressive dinner slapped. I don't know if y'all
I don't
remember that or
remember
not.
it, but
But I just remember that one being like the best. No, wasn't that?
last year was
Last
pretty
year's was good too because we went to EG's house and they
Yeah, we had soup,
that
Oh,
soup
yeah,
was
we had,
slapping.
What did we have
we had
there?
potato soup.
Yeah, we had potato soup, and they had those little oyster
potato soups.
cracker things.
Oh.
Yeah.
And taco soup, I think, was there.
Yeah, didn't we go to the Wilsons for?
Yeah.
Because they had their new
that we
puppy.
pre-gramed
Out.
and
Yeah.
yes.
They had
Yes.
like 30 things. It was like a Ryan's
good,
buffet.
too.
We went to
Yeah.
Golden Corral when we went there.
So last year's progressive dinner.
Okay, that was the best.
That's one. Yeah.
What was the worst? It didn't have to be progressive, but what is the worst? Or it's just something that we had a lot. You're like, I'm just not a fan of
I'm
that.
telling you, meatloaf.
Every time we have
Yours
Little
is
Caesars
definitely meatloaf,
pizza.
Katie.
Yeah.
What
Like
is it,
I
Little
like Little
Caesars?
Caesars,
Yeah.
but we have it all the time, and I just get
Yeah.
tired of it.
Oh, I mean,
I
it's
agree.
quick, easy. If,
I
if
agree.
the
Yeah.
parents
It's the
can't do
cheapest.
nothing, it's
Yeah.
just.
The cheapest and quickest. But
I
it's
just wish
awesome.
we do the Subway
appreciate
platters
it.
more
We
often.
do.
Oh
appreciate it.
yeah.
Like, do y'all know the Subway platters?
Yes.
Those are
Like
good.
those are the bomb.
And the
man.
You like
Walmart
those?
chicken
Well,
tenders.
I've had those catered in so many
Yeah.
like the higher up events that I've gone
Yeah.
to, and it's so much worth. Like it's so
Yeah.
worth it.
I like the Zaxby's.
Those are good too.
They're real. You're not into
I'm not a fan of
Zaxby's?
that.
Really?
I love
You like
that.
I never
Popeyes?
found anything I like there.
Oh.
Oh, the salad.
Oh.
I
Popeyes
She's allergic to
is
lettuce.
the best. Are you
So.
So you can't drink water? Because lettuce is like 95% water.
I think
No, it's
okay,
at
I have a
5%,
theory.
guys.
What's in
I
the
have a
five?
theory. It's like the chemicals that they spray on like
Okay.
vegetables and fruits. 'Cause
So what
I'm
you're saying
allergic-
She's
I'm
allergic to everything.
To a lot of it, you know.
So what you're saying is, if you were to grow one at your house, it'd be different than.
Maybe. I think
That's
so.
right. If it was homegrown, Katie Kersey, Lechuga. It would be.
I think that we should just straight up get a head of lettuce to plant and do an experiment in the youth group. And just like keep it curated and do
Katie,
everything.
eat this lettuce.
And then like have a meal and it's just Katie sitting in the middle of a room with a bowl
We're
of
all
salad.
like
It's just lettuce.
Yeah.
somebody on standby with Benadryl.
Yeah. Got the EpiPens ready to stick in her neck. Bow!
Okay, cool. Just I was wondering. And just so you know, I'm well aware that Little Caesars is a lot of times the least favorite.
But it's like the
It's not
it's the
against anybody.
easiest thing
It's
for
it's
parents to
easy,
do.
and I am glad there is a Little Caesars because like it does come in handy.
But Domino's is so much better.
Domino's is pretty good, yeah.
And Pizza Hut.
Just anything else besides the grease pit and
Yeah.
Little Caesars.
Little Caesars, if you're listening, we're grateful, but
We're sorry.
Oh, like
I'm so sorry.
I have a bunch of friends that used to work at Little Caesars, and they
Yeah.
just didn't like it either. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
it does the
It's
job. That's what it does.
Yeah.
Okay.
It feeds the hungry
All right,
kids.
who wants to ask a question? Who wants to ask a question?
What's your favorite TV show?
Favorite TV show is The Office. It used to be Seinfeld. Did you watch Seinfeld?
No.
I've seen bits and pieces with Dad.
But it used to be my favorite. I'd go home after school. I'd have ball practice at 5. I'd watch 3 to 4 on TBS, Seinfeld, and then 4 to 4:30, Everybody Loves Raymond. That was the schedule for years on TBS. So I knew, like, as soon as I got home, I was like, yes, 2 episodes of Seinfeld, episode of Everybody Loves Raymond, and then one more. But I mean, The Office is like got so many quotes. And
Yeah.
I was gonna say the Office is not for everybody, but for the people that love it.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, you're either all in or you're
or-
not in at all.
Because like the first time you watch The Office all the way through, it's a struggle. I have to be honest with you, but
Yeah.
after the first watch through, then you start to pick up on little things that happen, and it starts to get funnier. And
Yeah, the characters.
but
Yeah.
it doesn't develop like a long term anime or anything. It's just it's slow.
Are you
like
into anime?
occasionally, but what I'm saying, what I'm referring to is like the One Piece meme, where it's like it takes 500 episodes for one character to develop halfway.
You could skip like the first whole season of One Piece. and
That's
watch
what I'm
the
saying.
movie,
It's
and
like-
then
Yeah.
you can finish it.
It's like The
I'm a
Office.
fan.
There's a lot of little subtle things that develop all the characters very rapidly, but you just
Yeah.
don't realize it till the last 2 or 3 episodes of the
Yeah.
series.
Yeah. Well, okay, it's funny that you said this is the second podcast in a row that, well, I guess the only times we've recorded podcasts.
I was gonna say.
we've talked about anime because Grayson
Yeah.
loves anime. Apparently.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah,
there's
he's
an
a
app,
fan.
like a specific streaming app just for
Crunchyroll?
anime, maybe.
Yeah.
It's probably
there's a
Crunchyroll.
ton. There's so many different sites.
But
Yeah.
Crunchyroll's free.
Mhm.
But
I
got
think
a
I'm
couple
out of
the
There's
loop.
a lot of good ones on Hulu that got dubbed on them too. I'm a
Okay.
dub person. I
Dub?
can't. Yeah.
yeah.
I
So
can
there's
do
dubbed
sub,
and then
but
there's
not
subbed.
dub.
So subbed is like the OG, like Japanese
Okay.
people going at it, like,
Yeah.
and then dubbed is like a bunch of American actors like really trying their best at these.
I'm
characters.
so out of I
I
don't know
just
what
like-
y'all are talking about.
I like to like just watch it and then like kind of I don't know. I can't focus on the subtitles the whole time. Then I'll miss something like in the
Yeah,
show.
because I'll
That's
just be
why I
reading a
like
book.
dub more.
That's what it feels like.
But sometimes you have to watch
A
sub.
whole new world for me. I
What?
didn't know it was this.
With like
big.
anime?
It's huge.
Yeah, I
There's
didn't
so
know it was
many
that big.
sites.
Dude.
And
You got to be careful though. It's just like because if you have Apple products, it's fine. But then there's like a lot of like backdoor like
Yeah.
Asian hacks that will go into your computer if you walk up
so maybe
like the
get
wrong
like
one.
a spare computer.
Yeah, or just use your phone
This is
if
my
you have an
anime
Apple.
phone.
Yeah.
Computer.
But for real, like if you have a Microsoft or something like that, it's a little bit more risky if you don't have some sort of
didn't
VPN
know
thing. Yeah, and it is the same thing with like all streaming websites because technically it could be illegal in certain places, so
Yeah.
it's a little iffy. But if you get like a subscription service, it doesn't really matter. Sorry,
Let me just.
I've only watched a few
Yeah, I knew
animes.
that's where we were going.
Let me
That's
just
the
tell
point
you
of
the
a
whole
podcast.
plot
We
of
don't
Attack
know
on
where
Titan
it's
real
going.
quick.
We just start it and it goes where it wants.
All right, Bryant,
Yeah.
what would you do with $1 million?
With $1 million.
Like no like offshoot. Oh, by yacht. Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I'm talking about like literally if I handed you $1 million right now, and I was saying this is yours. No holds bar. You
Yeah.
pay me $1. There's no taxes out of it. This
Okay.
is yours. What would you do with it?
I think at this age I would have said something different than y'all's age.
I would invest it. I'll
I
be
would
honest with you.
invest it. I would get, well, okay, this is the first thing I do. I get someone that knows things financially way more than I do, someone that went to school for it or runs a business based on that, and I would hire them and to run the money and then put that in areas that they think is helpful, not just for me, but for the place I live in and the people that I'm connected to, so that I still get stuff out of it. Like if it keeps growing, I'm going to benefit, but it needs to be also not just about me. So, any kind of like funds that we can create for Martin or Weasley County or whatever, and everyone gets a part of the pot. If that ever existed, I would.
You're a bit more selfless.
That'd be cool.
So
with that.
what you-
Yeah,
so-
but
I
I
take
still
care of
get
me
money.
first.
I still get money out of it. Like I'm not like I'm not like just give it all away.
Yeah.
But like I do think like if you do that, then like I believe in karma and like there's
Oh,
good
yeah.
things,
Oh,
good things
yeah.
happen. So not all the time, sometimes.
So-
but anyways,
Basically,
Yeah.
I've done the math on it one time, or I watched a thing about it too, and basically it's $40,000 a year
Yes.
that you get out of
Yeah.
just putting it in savings,
Yeah.
so you can live technically off that, and just put it in there, and as it recurs, then you can just do more
Just
with
get
it.
40,000 every
Yeah,
for the rest of your life,
or you could just put that into like a Roth IRA. That's what I was thinking about, and I just put like
I'm so
10,000 at a
lost.
time for
Yeah.
like 10
That's
years.
the part I would need help on. Because I think they ask you, how do you want to proceed? You got this $1 million. Do you want annual pay
You don't-
of that, or do you want to do something else? That's
wanna
when I would
cash out.
hire so and so and go, you tell me what we need.
Yeah. Well, they.
Because you're going to be running basically a company of my money now, so you make the decisions.
Well, the government can tax it if it's
Yeah.
a certain way. If it's not, then they can't. But you get less money.
Was that
I'm
a
gonna go
snore,
sleep.
Katie, or you-
Was that a snore or like I'm legitimately on
Oh,
like
man.
because most kids our age are like I would buy a Ferrari and live in a $400,000 house.
I would pay off my college debts,
Yeah.
like pay off my house, my car, get myself taken care of, then like put it in something like I get
Would
what
you
you're
go?
saying.
saving.
Okay, would
Just
you
when
go
you
to
get
college?
into
Build
it,
it.
I'm like,
College.
oh.
Yeah, I'd still go to
Still go to
college.
college?
Oh yeah, I mean
Still
with
learn a
all
skill?
3 of our degrees, I'm pretty sure we'd still make like
A lot of money.
a lot of money. So it would just build
If it
itself.
goes the way we plan.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah, who knows? Like,
for
I
granted,
just
yeah.
Run off and
Come hobo.
yeah.
I think we should all just live in a box
I'll
together
take-
and hang
Billionaire
out.
hobo. What's up?
What's up with your life? I made $1 million. Put it all in
I
savings.
live,
Can't touch it.
I own $1 million.
That would be sad.
Okay. Katie, do you have one? We've talked
Shoot,
pretty
I forgot
extensively
now.
already.
That got me off topic.
Sorry.
I guess I'm a big reader. I'd say, what's your favorite book?
My favorite book is The Kite Runner.
Okay, what's that about?
A little boy in Afghanistan has a kite, and a friend of his, he sees a friend, also a little boy, they're flying kites, but they're from different sections of the same religion. And because they're different, they can't hang out. So it would be like if we had a huge hard line on Catholics and Methodists, and we can't speak to each other, or like any denomination can't speak to one another because you just are too far apart. That's what happens there. That's like it's true. I don't know if that it's not. The life of the boy is true. It's true. It's an actual story.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Some of this book is probably fabricated a bit,
Based on
but
a true story.
yeah. But it's really good book, and I read that in college. Just personal reading. Just read it. It's really good. But then a lot of things happen after that. His dad gets taken away. All this stuff happens, and he's basically got to like run his own life and figure it out. So, and he's like, I don't remember how old he is, but he's like no more than 10. So, yeah.
I like that.
Sounds cool.
All right, so let's transition. It's the final part that I want to talk to you about. So, what happens? What has happened in this year of senior year that you look back on, and it's a memory, or things you've enjoyed, or have been like real, like just hard pieces because of the pandemic? What kind of sticks out to you in this last year? Has it flown by? Has it been shorter than you thought? Longer? What do you think?
It's flown by, but I also feel like that's because we haven't gotten to do a lot of stuff we wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just felt shorter,
Yeah.
maybe. Like we haven't had pep rallies. We haven't even had a school-wide assembly. Like
No activity period.
no activity period. We
That's
have our
nice
fifth
too.
period's 2 hours long now. Yeah, lunch
all
is
messed up.
Lunch is how long?
like 2 hours. Like
So
we
you-
have we have first, second, third, but
Right.
usually second lunch.
Right.
Nobody's in there but the special ed
Right,
kids.
right.
Well, now, like, first lunch is a group of kids, second lunch is a group of kids, and third lunch is a group of kids. But it's like you alternate between classrooms each day.
So
I eat
half,
in the office, though.
half
so,
everybody goes into the lunchroom or doesn't.
yeah.
Or
I
one
don't-
just stays in their classroom.
I don't
Yeah.
outright go to school until 1 o'clock, so I'm chilling, eating Subway.
I
But
just don't like seeing all my friends at lunch.
Yeah.
And like it just feels so different now.
Yeah.
Because now the friends that I do have in my lunch are so far away, I can't even
Yeah, you're
really
like
talk to
3
them.
Yeah,
seats
how far
apart.
are you?
2 or
2 seats.
Two or three
Far, I
seats, but
think.
if it's a long distance from like here, when you're diagonal, it's a bit better. But
Well, then if you sit with 8 people, And you've taken up almost a whole section of the
Yeah.
of those tables.
Yeah.
Because I remember back in the day when me and every one of my buddies were in the same lunch, or almost everyone.
Yeah.
There's like 30 of us, but it was almost the
I
whole
wish I had
senior
30
class of last year.
Yeah.
But we all sat together at one lunch table, and it was just a chaos.
Yeah.
But it was
But
like,
it's so fun.
yeah, it was,
That's
but it
part
was
of
like always
like,
fun. Like we had traditions every day that we'd do, like crush somebody's cup. Like that was a thing. Take Tessa's water bottle and absolutely obliterate a cup. And that was just.
There, we did one where we would mimic the bell sound.
Yes,
Yeah, like,
they still try to do
we do that.
Yeah.
And we go, and then
It
people
would-
would get up.
yeah,
and we
it
go,
would
oh my
be-
god!
Freshman year, the seniors did that, and I remember I was at the table right
Me
by the
and
door,
Gage Roby
and
used to
all
do
of us
that.
got up, and they laughed so hard at us. I was mortified. I was like, oh my gosh, like, I'm the weird freshman now.
Do people clap when people spill their lunches and
Yes.
stuff?
Yes.
Oh, I shattered a
Something's never
tray and I
The
got
coaches
slapped
kind of
at.
get mad at us. They're like, hey, but
Yeah, we get detentions now, but it's so what?
it's part of it.
Yeah, it's
You
it's
know?
freshman initiation.
Yeah.
If you don't drop your tray or cause a big scene as a freshman, then you're
Well,
not a
I
cool
never
kid.
took it as like demeaning that person. I always thought
No.
it was,
No, it was like a you get an honor.
Yeah. It's an
Yeah.
honor to be
You're
clapped
in,
at.
You're in.
Welcome to high school.
You
I
made
did.
it.
It was. Yeah. But,
Anything else?
But no, for real, like
What else can you think of?
I actually got to go to TCAT. That was really cool.
Yeah.
So I could have gone normally during the years,
Uh huh.
but I would have to come back early. But because our fifth period's 2 hours long, I threw my study hall as my fifth period,
Yeah.
and so I mean I don't really have to show up for a study hall.
So your schedule got a lot more lax because just
Yeah. So
everything's more.
I go to school
flexible.
from I wake up and I leave the house at 7 o'clock. I have to be at TCAT at 7:30 every day. But aside from that, I mean I leave TCAT at 12:30 and get there at 1-ish. At school at 1-ish, and then I'm there till 2:45. But it's been really relaxing
Yeah.
for a senior year because I busted my tail for 2 or 3 years
Yeah.
and taking double and triple math and sciences and taking classes that no one else thought to take and
Now you get to kind of.
calm down.
Well, you probably are going to get to calm down anyways. Senior year a lot of times is like that, but you got to almost make your. You didn't make the schedule, but you're allowed to.
If I would have taken
You're
one-
allowed to take some breaks that normally I don't know if you would have or not.
No. If I would have taken dual enrollment
Yeah.
over the summer,
Yeah.
like the econ, I would have graduated last year
Yeah.
or this last fall. So
Yeah.
I thought about it too. I really did, but
Yeah.
I wanted to finish out my senior year because I knew
Sure.
everybody just has one senior year.
Yeah, you
So.
do. Yeah. There's a lot of things that you either look back on that year or that you do that year that are important to be a part of with other people, your class. Okay, so I wanted to talk, last thing before we wrap up, I wanted to talk about what happens when you graduate into the college years. So let me share a statistic with you. 1 in 8 will be going, and this is a statistic from 6th grade to 12th grade. 1 in 8 will be going to church their senior year. 1 in 8. Okay, so that would be like, for y'all, 3, and we have others that go to like Sunday school. Like that's the thing they go to. But like that would be like if we had, if that were the amount. Let's say it was just y'all's 3, it would be 3 and 24. Like if we had 24 seniors, it would be only 3 are showing up to something. Okay, so like that's the statistic that happens. Okay, there's. Yeah, we have almost.
Except for one
We
for
have
confirmation.
over a 50% attendance from seniors from y'all's class, which is really, really good. I mean,
Yeah,
that's great. So, but what happens normally is that's not the case. Now, I want to get your opinion of why do you think that happens? Not senior year. Why do you think that statistic, it actually lowers more once you go into college? What do you think's going on? Okay, between why people are dropping out. And I would say that it was in the 7 out of the 8 that stopped coming when I got into college.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't attend anymore. And there were a variety of reasons that I made excuses, but there were things that I said, this is why. So why do you think that that's a statistic that holds? And I'd say that's hold true for the last 10 years.
Well, I know me and you talked a little bit about this
Yeah.
because for Senior Sunday,
Yeah.
and I remember thinking like, it's all about like independence. Like there's no one around you telling you, hey, you have to do this.
It's the first time you get to
Like,
learn things.
Exactly, and
Yeah.
for me personally, it'd be I'm in a new town, I'm in a new place, I don't know where to go,
Yeah.
and so why go at all? I mean, I think I've personally found a place to go, but I don't
Yeah.
know. But still, like,
Well, and so I agree with that. I think that's part of it is you have a church life here, and then you can't operate, even if you go here,
Mhm.
you can go to UT Martin, you are a part of another community. Like UT Martin is its own thing. It's not the city of Martin, it's UT Martin.
Like it's bigger than the city.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things that it does on its own schedule that conflict with things that the city does.
yeah.
Okay, so, part of it, yeah, I agree, I think it's that too. Are there any other reasons you can think of that happens?
I think some people get so busy that they stop coming, and once they stop coming, they're like, oh, maybe I wouldn't be welcomed back or
They
something, which
feel
is
kind of lost. in,
yeah,
like,
which is not
how
the
I'll be
case.
judged.
But yeah, they're like, I stopped
Yeah.
coming for so long, like these people are gonna judge me that I
Yeah.
stopped coming. Like,
Okay, that's a really good point. So I want to ask a second question based on that question. What let's say that was you, and you haven't been to whatever church is in your town.
mhm.
Let's say you go the first couple weeks and then you don't go for a while. What would be the thing that would get you plugged in? What would be the part of that church that would make you come back? Would it be someone inviting you? Would it be someone asking you to help out with something? What would be the thing that would be yeah, you know what, that's how I want church. That's how I want the church to operate.
I think it'd be somebody inviting me back, like maybe one of the other kids on campus that I met through the church, and they're like, hey, come back, we're doing this Sunday, you should come. I think that it'd be oh, somebody my own age wants me back there,
Okay, so peer, college student, someone that's your age.
mhm.
Okay, cool. All right. Any others? You just kind of agree with that?
On the outreach, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if a pastor would do it too. I know it's a lot
Yeah.
easier for peers to talk to peers, but
Yeah.
if a pastor, not the New York out on the streets,
Right.
weirdly selling
Yeah.
something, but I'm saying if they were in the classrooms of some sort, or the teachers were even have recommendations, or there'd be
Yeah.
some sort of message board that
Mhm.
would say, hey, you can go to these churches if you're this denomination,
Okay.
or if you want to try this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Right.
And that would really be helpful and available for people who are in a new town and
Yeah.
don't know what is.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Any kind of area where if you're interested in it, you can go to that area and find out what's going on.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah.
Feeding off that, I went to my tour this weekend,
Yeah.
and on the tour we stopped, and in Knoxville on campus they have Church Row, which is
okay.
a bunch. It used to be where the frat houses were, but they converted them all, and now they're it would be the Wesley Center and the
Right.
BCM and all that. It's their
Right.
version, all on Church Row.
Is it campus ministries or is it church?
It's campus ministries.
Campus ministries.
Mhm.
Oh, that's cool.
And they're
Yeah.
they even, I forgot what they called it, but they have transportation. They'll fill up buses to take you to that church that helps with that campus ministry,
Oh,
on
cool.
Sundays.
Free transportation.
Yeah.
No
I
gas
mean.
Yes. Free food.
gas is getting pretty high nowadays.
Yeah.
I know y'all don't experience it, but me and Bryant do.
What do you mean? Oh yeah.
It's like at the trucks.
Well, when you put $100 tank in every so often, as in every week, it hurts your feelings a lot more than you think it would. When your paycheck just starts dwindling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't do that.
I feel that too.
Because I drive 60 miles a day, so
You drive more than me.
yeah.
You hurt more than I do.
Yeah, I know. My tank right now is on a quarter tank, and it's gonna hurt me.
That'll be there for like maybe a day.
No, not even. I'm gonna go feel it tonight. It's just, I hate watching it go back up. There's another thing, like fighting for gas prices. Like, I really want to go to the cheap places, but I know that they probably have like water in the ones or something. That's why they're so cheap.
So you have a hierarchy of where you prefer same way pizza.
What's that?
What's your Little Caesars gas station?
Oh, like what's the worst gas
Yeah.
station in Martin, or just
Yeah,
like
around
in general?
around here.
Around here.
Tell me where not to go,
Like for
please.
you, where do you?
Because I've been to a lot of them. So all of the Casey's are really good. I'll
always
be
go to
honest.
Casey's.
Casey's are really good. They may be a little bit more expensive, but they always have really nice people behind the counter. They may be tired.
Very
Yeah.
true.
Shells are usually really good, and so are Exxons. The only ones that I really don't like are like the little offshoot ones that aren't name brand,
Okay.
that aren't required to have like a poster on the wall.
I
But they
gotcha.
are like what's it called down the road that way. It's not Sellers. Sellers is the Shell station now.
The one by
that's
like
a big deal.
McDonald's and Taco Bell.
No. That's it's over by Sonic.
Oh,
But
Huh?
it's sketch.
Oh, the
no,
one
not
bes-
Hooks. The,
the
one
one
up
across from
beside.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's where.
See, I couldn't even tell you what that is.
I couldn't
So-
either.
Stop for
It was-
gas everywhere?
huh? Yeah, it's not
sketchy.
fun. I just
Do they
I
do
did it one
mechanic
time.
Stuff or anything?
Huh?
Do they do? anything
That's the place
besides-
beside them. Place
Oh,
beside them
okay.
does it.
Okay, I didn't know if they.
But that
Like
whole
the two-
strip
two
is
people.
just. It's just interesting. And no offense to anybody, it's just like it's the older part
Well,
of
yeah,
town,
you're
so all the
saying-
buildings are old.
Yeah.
and it's just-
Yeah.
Well,
It's
and
weird.
you mentioned like you can like see, whatever they're like, whatever there's like a certification or approval of these things,
Yeah.
like you seeing that matters because you're like, yeah,
I gotta
I
put
feel good
Yeah.
about like
good gas in my
using
tank.
my expensive vehicle. I know now it's just gonna get really hot in here.
In
Oh
winter.
no.
Now the sound's freaking me out a little bit. I know,
I
I wasn't
wonder-
used to the
I
background
wonder how
noise
much
till it's cold.
that picked up on them.
Guess we'll find out.
No, that's gonna be awesome.
You call us up, reshoot.
Gotta redo it. At least we know what
That
to
would
say.
be interesting if we had like GoPro, and like GoPro.
You might have a lot of bloopers
Set it
for
up on-
this.
Oh yeah.
Do y'all want to do the benediction?
Sure.
All right. Ready?
May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. Amen.
Woo!
Bye. See you
I love the
next
mellowness of all of us right there.
They're like, woo! I'm tired and I'm hungry.
I haven't